Joker by Todd Phillips is a gripping and unsettling origin story that delves into the psyche of Arthur Fleck, a struggling comedian who transforms into the iconic Batman villain. Starring Joaquin Phoenix as Arthur Fleck, the film is a psychological thriller set in Gotham City, exploring themes of mental illness, societal neglect, and the descent into madness. Let's go over the plot overview. Act 1. The Life of Arthur Fleck. The film opens in 1981 in Gotham City, a place suffering from economic decline and rampant crime. Arthur Fleck, portrayed by Joaquin Phoenix, is a struggling comedian and party clown who lives with his elderly mother, Penny, played by Frances Conroy. Arthur has a condition that causes him to laugh uncontrollably, which he finds deeply distressing and isolating. Arthur's life is marked by a series of disappointments. His job as a clown is poorly paid, and his attempts at stand-up comedy are met with indifference or derision. He is also a victim of frequent assaults and harassment, exacerbating the sense of isolation and despair. His only solace is his mother, who believes in him and constantly reinforces his delusional belief in his potential for greatness. Arthur's life begins to unravel further when he loses his job as a clown and is assaulted by a group of young men on a subway train. In a moment of self-defense, Arthur kills the attackers with a gun he obtained from a colleague. This act of violence becomes a pivotal point, triggering a series of events that spiral out of control, and we all remember the bathroom dance scene after the scene. That's where we come to the Act 2, Descent into Madness. Arthur's descent into madness accelerates as he becomes more disillusioned with his life and society. His relationship with his mother deteriorates, particularly after discovering disturbing revelations about his past. Arthur learns that he was adopted and that his mother, Penny, had a history of mental illness, which suggests that Arthur himself may have been abused as a child. Arthur's interactions with society continue to be bleak. He attends a support group for mental illness where he meets a social worker who provides little help. His only source of joy seems to be his fantasy of becoming a successful comedian, which is constantly undermined by his lack of success and mounting frustrations. The film presents a significant shift when Arthur's mother dies, leaving him in a state of despair. Following her death, Arthur's mental state becomes increasingly unstable. During this time, Arthur becomes increasingly obsessed with the idea of being recognized and validated. He believes he has a unique destiny and begins to see himself as a symbol of societal upheaval. His attempts at stand-up comedy are met with scorn, but he starts to gain attention after a shocking act of violence on live television. What the movie goes on to show us is that Arthur is gaining some validation, some recognition by the people, by his audience, his friends, his girlfriend. And finally, the movie shows us that Arthur may be getting his due, although he has something up his sleeves that we are not entirely clear about. So he gets invited to a Murray Franklin show. Murray Franklin played by Robert DeNiro. The even more interesting part is that Arthur has been obsessively practicing being on the show for many years. But when he's actually there, he gets mocked by Murray Franklin right before his introduction. His appearance on the show culminates in him revealing his Joker persona and committing a heinous act of violence live on air, which is he shoots Murray Franklin point blank. As Arthur embraces the Joker identity, Gotham City spirals into chaos. The film explores how Arthur's transformation into the Joker becomes a catalyst for wider social unrest. His actions inspire riots and demonstrations against the wealthy, reflecting the city's broader discontent. The Joker's rise represents a form of liberation for the oppressed, albeit through anarchic means. In the course of the story, Arthur also confronts Thomas Wayne, played by Brett Cullen, in a pivotal scene that reveals the connection between Arthur and Bruce Wayne, who will later become Batman. This revelation serves as a critical moment in Arthur's transformation and the overarching narrative of Gotham's descent into chaos. The film concludes with Arthur being arrested and sent to Arkham Asylum, where he is left to reflect on his transformation and impact of his actions. The final scene suggests that the Joker's influence has left a lasting impact on Gotham, symbolizing a city on the brink of total anarchy. Themes and analysis, Joker delves deeply into themes of mental illness, societal neglect, and the impact of a fractured society on individuals. The film portrays Arthur Fleck as a product of systematic failures and personal trauma, exploring how societal apathy and inequality contribute to his transformation into the Joker. Arthur's journey is marked by his struggle for validation, recognition, and a sense of purpose in a world that seems indifferent to his suffering. The portrayal of Arthur Fleck/Joker in the film is complex and multifaceted. Joaquin Phoenix's performance is both haunting and compelling, capturing the character's psychological depth and the internal conflict that drives his descent into madness. The film does not shy away from depicting the brutal realities of Arthur's life, creating a sense of empathy for his character while also confronting the moral ambiguity of his actions. The film's portrayal of Gotham City is also significant. Gotham is depicted as a city in decay, plagued by crime, corruption, and social unrest. This setting serves as a reflection of the broader themes of societal breakdown and the consequences of neglecting the most vulnerable members of society. In conclusion, Joker is a provocative and challenging film that offers a unique and disturbing exploration of the origins of one of comic book history's most notorious villains. Through its character study of Arthur Fleck and its depiction of a fractured society, the film raises important questions about mental illness, societal responsibility, and the nature of violence. Joaquin Phoenix's performance is a standout, delivering a portrayal that is both unsettling and unforgettable. The film's impact extends beyond its narrative, encouraging audiences to reflect on the social and psychological factors that contribute to the creation of iconic villains. This recap aimed to capture the essence of the film, its major plot points and thematic elements. If you need more details or a specific aspect of the film explored further, let me know.